Yes. Wait, hold on. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
Boys and girls.
How y'all doing out there?
How's y'all's doing? How's y'all's doing? You know what I'm saying? I had to get the energy right real quick. I mean, not that it was ever wrong, but, I just like to hit a jangling.
Pause, bro. Pineapple. Pineapples.
Already?
Because you know what? I didn't even look back, but I could tell that he was flicking his tongue by the mic. Somebody else got to use that later. You know what I'm saying?
Touching it.
It don't matter. I could hear it.
This is skill.
Pineapples.
You know what I'm saying?
Pineapples.
It was still inside my mouth while I was doing it.
My
good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. We thank you for being here. Ooh, visually. Shout out to all y'all on the audio side as well listening. We thank you for being here underneath the patio, because that's where we at right now, though. Yeah. Jangling.
Oh, Bernie Mac, we miss you.
Oh, man. I miss him.
Pineapple.
A Mac to a Mac. What?
It's all good, y'all.
Yeah,
Today, we have another great show. Y'all know how we do it at the patio.
Oh, man.
We discuss those topics that may be triggering, may be poking, may be touching you deep on the inside. Pause. But we're going to always come with the resolution. We're going to always make sure you have what it is that you need to help make your life and the life of your family and your community, your tribe, better.
Yeah.
So
we got the melanin, the melanin dew. You know what I'm saying? We got the medicine woman. You know what I'm saying?
melanin dew.
That's a new one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then.
Lay it on
Hey,
thick.
melanin dew. What y'all name me, a girl?
Empress Talia.
All right, there it is.
What your name is, woman?
I mean, I'm the also classy, sassy. Hey, auntie, Shanga, the medicine woman.
Oh, man.
Who you with now?
I'm the man of many names. But,
it was the Blinkies for me.
It's the Blinkies?
Mm-hmm. That was scary. Go ahead.
I just had to get
it
out my face so you can see my eyes.
All right.
Oh, man, I ain't wearing my shades. I got to put them on later.
Yeah.
King Mac Millie, you already know the value, blah, blah, blah. Reckless Rider, blah, blah, blah. 2 more R's, other stuff. Hey, how y'all doing, Sir Mac?
Ping.
In the building.
All right.
Yes.
It's crazy.
I'm just trying to make sure that in between these 2 black women,
Ooh, I'm glad he said
that I ain't getting checked.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I can't check them, they can't check me.
And that's where you really got life fucked up, because
there you go, trying to check
never
me.
be able to check me.
Man, well,
I am not a listo.
That's the problem, I guess, that we have for the subject of this conversation today. Black women can check black men, but black men can't check black women. What is up with that? We're gonna let that marinate. I almost said Melanin Duke. She looked at me. She tried to do it to me. We're gonna let that marinate on your skull, in your mind,
Dang,
in your brain.
Sis got impressed, y'all. He out here floating. What we gonna do right now, Mac?
This pineapple on my shirt.
Oh,
I got a lot of them though.
goodness.
But stay tuned. We finna hit this theme and we gonna get into the theme like.
We hope you stay a while, 'cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. 'Cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like, yeah. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. I said it's right for life. Come in with the shows that you like. We trying to be the best on the mic. DJ playing cuts that you like, yeah. It could be the start of your day, or maybe just the end of your night. But if you rock it with us, Patio PolitiCz is gonna do you right. Oh, 'cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life, yeah. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. 'Cause it's right for life. Oh, trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like. Ooh, come on and just give us a try, yeah. We hope you stay a while.
Yes, we do hope you stay a while, because if you don't, we're going to have to step up to some black women and check them and make sure that they don't say shit back about it.
And you know what we gonna do? Do what we always do. Knock it down to the knees and take it out.
Yeah. I had to give some energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear y'all. But this topic is very interesting because.
Hold on. Yeah.
What about this one? It's good.
Yeah, it's always
All
good.
right, I just have to check.
Always good.
He was been mesmerized. I just want to help a black man out.
Hey, I got a head start and then got stopped in my tracks. And,
Okay. All right. You know that
now I'm
happens
back here
sometimes.
swiveling my hips.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, y'all.
Well,
This topic is very interesting because I know that it's extremely triggering off the back for a lot of people, men and women. The idea that, we're saying like, okay, or it's been said that a black woman can check a black man, but a black man can't check a black woman.
And that's a problem.
And it's a problem.
Y'all need to be checked.
Here's my problem. It's the idea of anybody checking anybody to begin with.
and there you have it.
We talked on the patio. We talk on the patio a lot about synergy, about balance, about masculine and feminine, and what that looks like in conjunction versus separate, and the idea that I want to be checking him does not work in the synergy that is male and female relationships. I don't need to be checking you. If there's an issue, we need to be getting to the issue. But I do find it interesting that it's being said, that the black women can check. And I forgot there was a video to that. I should have looked. Maybe I'll look at it on the break to remind me of, because it was a sister that was talking about this, saying that, saying that, a black man cannot check a black woman. It makes me think, one, I'm gonna start with the feminine and masculine energy, and in that, when you have, I'm gonna talk about me. I should talk about me.
Let's hear about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about me.
Okay.
What I have come to recognize, or what I came to recognize, and then what it looks like today is, in all of my experiences around, in my community, interpersonally, familially, I feel a sneeze coming. What's been exhibited and or pulled out of me by way of experience and everything else is more masculine energy. So then when I'm having these interactions with men, typically that's what's going to come out. And because we have not always, all of us have not always been aware of what these two energies look like in the function of them and all that, we're really more so looking at the gender roles instead of the energy. People are not aware of this, but when I started to become aware of it, and then I'm watching my interactions with men, what I noticed was, one, it matters on how I'm delivering what I'm saying to you, which means it matters how you're delivering what you're saying to me. And so in this realm of, or this concept of one can check one and the other one can't, what keeps coming to my mind is like, okay, I know that the world is basically saying, and a number of men feel like women can get away with a lot of shit that the men can't get away with. And that's why she could check him and he ain't supposed to trip. But if he say something to her, then everybody's coming after him. Technically, yeah, that's how the world has really manipulated things. But in reality, I'm thinking more so like, baby, if he's saying something to me, and this goes back to me, if he's saying something to me and it's of value, as long as he's not saying it to me like he's trying to be a dictator, then I ought to at least have ears to hear.
I mean,
That's me.
that's you. But the exception does not make the rule. And
Yes.
I think, in my opinion and experience, the issue is not that a man cannot say something to a woman. The issue is that in saying something to a woman, the probability of the situation being escalated, and through the escalation now becoming and as pretty much abusive situation is what is in my understanding where that statement comes from. Like, if I can't say anything to you without you
being emotionally triggered
and operating within your masculine energy,
right,
towards me in a community that has spent several decades ingraining the understanding in our men that they're not supposed to hit or hurt women.
Right. But these women are coming like men.
Coming like men to hit or hurt these men, then it creates a problem.
Yes. That's why I said I had to get to know myself so I could see me, so that I could shift that, because you're right. That's it.
Yeah. And I think, and again, I want to echo what you said about circumstances requiring you to operate within your masculine energy. And that's very true. I mean, in almost every arena, when you go to work, if you go to school, if you, anything you're trying to do, business, negotiations, all of these things, it's a very masculine oriented space to exist in. And as a people who are historically oppressed and continuously terrorized, we find ourselves in this high alert state all the time. So we come with that ready for war energy already. But I think that because I was not taught how to operate in my feminine energy in relationship to a man, I observed how to operate in my femininity in relationship to a man. And I think a lot of women are not taught that and don't have the opportunity to observe that. And so you believe that if there's an issue between you and a black man, the only way to address that issue is the way that you would address it or resolve it out in the world. But you're not coming to the world as though the world is your counterpart. This is your counterpart. So you need to come to them accordingly within the same vein of energy.
Here's my question, now that I've heard both of your perspectives. I mean, because y'all ain't going to check me and I can't check y'all. That's what's not going to happen.
Who
So
checks you, though?
I'm about to stand here and I'm about to check y'all with a check question and ask y'all if check is a triggering word for y'all.
I think check is undefined for me. I don't know. Personally, I don't have a problem with criticism as long as it's constructive. My challenge has been often receiving criticism from others who are already in an emotional state. And so I couldn't trust the quality of the criticism. Like, is this really me or is it something that you're projecting onto me? So I don't know how to fully define check aside from, I think something is not right.
I think it's just the verbiage, but before I get into it, I want to hear the one that
the one that is she.
Yeah, the one that is I, that is you.
So for me, I was gonna break it into me before versus me now. No, I'm not triggered by the word checked. And I was thinking, like, in the past, would I have been triggered by the word checked? I don't think so, but I do know people who would be. I know women that would be triggered by that. And when I hear checked, what I imagine is a scenario where somebody is not giving you an option on being able to communicate anything. They are telling you what needs to be done. They are checking in on something that you did, and then they are correcting that check in without you having any say so about it whatsoever. I got you. You getting checked. And so for me, another piece of this, the ego comes into play.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I have been checked. Like, again, we don't know what everybody's holding as the definition. That's just my definition. I can say that I don't feel like I've ever been checked by the definition that I have. However, I have been course redirected.
I like that you said that, because I was going in that direction.
And what that has looked like to me, again, remembering everybody has autonomy. And so when I'm having an interaction with somebody and they tell me something that I'm doing or saying is not working for them, then it's my responsibility, if I want to continue to engage with them, to honor that. So if I'm having a conversation with you and you got to check me about whatever the deliverance is or however that is, if I want to continue to engage with you, I'm going to have to take the check.
Yeah.
Now, where it comes, for me, where it gets a little hazy, a little foggy, is how you give me the check.
Yeah. Yep.
I've had, some men say things to me, or I had a man say to me one time, like, whoa, I don't like the way you talking to me. I need you to say that in a different way. Cool. But if he was like, bitch, who you think you talking to?
Yeah.
You need to fix your motherfucking mouth.
And I'm glad you said that,
Whoa.
because perfect
Lights
example.
flashing.
Perfect example. The way that I checked y'all, I received your energy. Y'all both turned to me simultaneously
Yes, we
off
did.
of that. But if I say I commanded y'all energy, I commanded y'all attention, a loose connotation to the word check, which is what led me to ask, is check the word check. And
Is
the
it just
premise
that,
of
the
what people
trigger?
have put behind it is that a trigger to you.
I would say less than, again, I'm not really clear on the definition. And I don't think I've ever had anybody say to me that they checked me.
I think it's just a whole attitude put behind the word
is.
itself.
Well, but that's what I was gonna say, is I think it's in the etymology of the word itself, the sounds that it makes. There's a lot of really harsh sounds that, right? It's
Yeah,
the ch
yeah,
and the k.
yeah.
Those are things that make you
Not
Like,
that,
who you think you
right, right. Those are things that make you turn and look.
Yeah, it's
like,
You
like-
ain't go me.
right,
Yeah.
like is the sound that you usually make when you want somebody's attention, and k
Yeah.
is like a very harsh
and
sound.
strong, like
Yes.
come to me.
So the word itself is, it energetically,
It's
rooted.
tonally, it's disrespectful.
Yeah, so yeah, dude,
It's
so,
not, well, I wouldn't say disrespectful, but it is attention grabbing.
yeah, and
And
which
when-
is why I did it just to show
Yeah, of
y'all, like
course.
if y'all wasn't present in the moment,
Yes.
I low key checked y'all
Yes.
with my words to gain your attention and to get
got me
your
fucked
strong
up.
opinions.
You got me fucked
But
up.
see,
ain't checked.
but see,
You know,
here's
it's not.
this what the problem is. Because y'all not allowing for a man in that space who's in that space to be like, yeah, I just commanded my authority over you and you gave me what I was looking for, but then y'all got some get back, some talk back, some run that mouth back.
And you know what? You know where that comes from is because I think that if we had more experience, we as in a collective of women had more experiences where men were just purely exercising that in a healthy way, then I think that it would be received in better ways. But because we have a society that has molded this concept of what a man looks like, and a lot of it has dictator energy or you my daddy energy, intertwined all in it, when men are attempting to course correct or redirect, a lot of it is very bossy energy, which naturally makes you want to defend or deflect whatever that is that's coming your way. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, when I was looking at the topic, I'm thinking like, yeah, this is on both ends. Like, you got to be able to identify that. Call it what it is. Call a spade, and then reshuffle the deck.
Yeah.
I also think it comes from the often unconscious underlying belief that this black man doesn't have anything to offer you that you can't get for yourself. So you giving me
So then he can't check me.
right, how you gonna check me? You got pineapples on your shirt, or whatever.
You
But
got
I did it.
You got a
Right.
penny.
I
I
did
got
it.
a quota.
I'm just saying like that.
Yeah. I mean, they gonna run the tape back and be like, I want to see if they really just what is he talk? Is it? And there's facts in what I said, but it's
Yeah.
all about the
No,
delivery in it.
It's true.
It's all
and
about the power that you give it.
I think it, like I said, I believe that it really plays on these unconscious, unspoken beliefs about the value and the quality of a black man. And
the power.
Because who do he think he is?
The power of a black man. You know.
no, it's not. The power is in the command,
Yeah.
Yes.
like you said.
Yeah.
But the reaction is in the unconscious belief
that
forms our perspective,
which is, who do he think he is?
right?
Yeah, and we gonna get into who I think I am, because I know who I am, and I'm gonna tell y'all who I am, and y'all ain't gonna say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? No, and I know I see one that spent around from me with a smile on her face, so that's acceptance, and there's another on my right side
With all the bullshit.
Yeah, with all the bullshit. So we gonna be right back with all the bullshit after we get to these commercials. It's the Patio PolitiCz.
And I'ma let you slide. Only one time, or I'ma have to slide on you one time. Yeah. You can make a fool of me once, guaranteed you won't get a second chance. Guaranteed. So just ponder real hard, real long, make sure it makes sense.
You are now rocking with the Patio PolitiCz.
Yeah, Jang-a-lang.
Commit to it.
Jang-a-lang. Ring it harder. Harder.
He getting out of hand over here.
I'm just checking all episode long.
I hope y'all hearing the tones in his voice shift. Ring it harder. Like, hold on, bro.
Hard. But see, that's the thing. That's the thing.
And that's what I'm talking about, though. If you told her, ring it harder
Look at
versus
this.
ring
Look at
it
this.
harder.
Silently.
Silence is golden. I thank you for that. Thank you. You know what happened? You had got me off.
Silently.
You be talking crazy.
The check happens in all aspects. So here's the thing.
So you just gonna point at me like that and think you gonna have me in
I
check?
didn't
You
point
gonna
at
point
you.
at you? Just gonna
There's
point
a lot
and you gonna make
happening.
I pointed past you
I
to
just want y'all
direct
to
your
see.
energy.
You hear it? See, y'all have to pay attention because he said the check comes in all different forms
Yeah.
as he was
I mean-
pointing.
I pointed past you
You know what I'm saying? But low
your
key, it was
attention
still
and
pointed.
energy.
It was pointed at me though.
But
It was pointed at. No, stay over here. Stay over here with me. sis.
No. That's the problem. That's why
Stay
we're
over
talking
here
about
with
this
me,
right
sis.
now.
Me.
That's why
You
we're
know
talking
what
about
I'm
this
saying?
right now.
Stay linked up.
I mean,
We gotta stay united front.
In your space and in your spirit, you think you could just tell me
What?
whatever you want to right now.
I'm just saying. I think
Just want y'all to know we playing out here. We just pressing the point.
and this is a perfect example of what I was saying before about knowing how to respond in relationship with each other rather than in contrast to or in competition with. Like, I know you gonna get a little happy with the check today.
Yeah. I
And-
got to. I got to pull it out of y'all.
And this is one day of how many days that you will have this opportunity.
You know what? I'm going to receive that, and then I'm going to tell you that it's not often that I get to check two black Nubian queens at the same time.
Queetus. He
Yeah.
just called us Queetus.
And so and what I can say is understanding that.
Yeah.
And understanding your need as a black man to be a leader, to have your words valued.
Okay.
And to have your points be understood.
Nah, sis.
Once you checked me the first time
You should have been done.
and we called the attention, I said, okay, let me be intentional about responding to your message and not getting caught up in the delivery.
Yeah.
Because again, like you gonna get happy with
His
the trigger.
delivery ain't working for me.
I understand that,
It's
but
not meant to work for you, but I'm gonna get it to work for you.
You know
before
what?
This
Just
episode
relax
ends.
back there.
I'm showing two different ends because
You
we
need
gotta
to just relax
just
back
saying.
there.
Here's the thing: we have to actively show.
Stay a united front.
I mean,
sis.
I can't.
Stay a
but if we're
united front.
But if
Melanin
we're talking
do.
about balancing,
Yeah, melanin do. It's okay. It's okay. I got it.
I'm never gonna let that go.
I don't consent to that name.
Check this out.
Oh, okay.
All episode
Put them
long,
fingers down.
there
though.
are people out there that actively need to see it in action.
Yeah, I know.
To know
On many
how it
different
works.
levels.
That's why I'm giving
in
it
order
to
to know
you.
how to deliver, and in order to know how to receive it, and
Yeah.
in order to know how to correct
That's why
it.
I'm giving it to
I
you,
said
baby.
I'm coming for you, and I'm gonna come for you. You gonna come for me.
No, I'm
You
not.
Feel me?
I'm not.
Oh yes, you are.
That's what
you
consent.
You gonna feel
Consent.
it. You gonna feel it. Oh,
I'm not here for
You're
it.
consenting.
What
right
I'm
now.
not consenting to is any nigga thinking that he gonna check me.
Wow.
It's just not happening.
See, and
and
that's
if your
gotta be the
delivery
verbiage.
ain't right,
That's got to be the verbiage.
then I'm never gonna hear what you got to say.
But
'Cause-
Because if you don't stay a united front, girl.
Medicine
If
woman.
if
Medicine
you
woman.
ain't coming at
Medicine
me the
woman.
right way,
medicine woman.
period.
Triggered.
Woman.
Period. If you ain't coming at me the right way,
Melanin
and all
medicine.
of my sassy, you know what I'm saying? You got me messed up out here, Mac.
See,
But I'm just
the
saying,
quickest and easiest thing for me to do in that space, because I was giving
what you gonna do? Touch me?
Yeah, I was giving you proper, but then I had to give you. I was about to give you the spirit to just shut that down. Because I'm like, I didn't turn the energy down. I'm talking to you soft. I didn't call you queens. You know what I'm saying?
And this is the perfect example of what we mentioned at the beginning of the balance of masculine and feminine energies. Because somebody in the situation has to hold the masculine energy, and somebody in the situation has to hold the feminine or passive energy.
And I'm taking it every time.
And so here you are grabbing hold of the masculine energy and dominating the space with that.
And ain't even using it properly.
And then not using it properly.
Yo, you ain't gonna tell me how I'm using, and you need to stay in United.
You got that finger over here.
This.
You talked about it.
We talked about
You
this.
didn't
I said it and you listened.
You just see.
So now we got sisters checking sisters. What is going on here?
I'm
What's
just
going
saying.
on?
So
Y'all said I got it then.
I mean, so again, if that's the energy and the space that you carry and you move in,
Yes.
it makes it really difficult
Yes, it
for
does.
that to be challenged, even in the right way. Because again, like, how can someone come at you in the right way when you're already in the position that I'm right in every single thing that I do? You just
Is
need to
right.
follow what I say, and nothing that you have to add is going to give me anything to offer, because I'm complete. So no matter what I say, if it's, as long as it's not, I completely agree with you, it's gonna get that energy met back. And again, like when it's masculine and feminine will always find balance. It's yin and yang.
Yes.
So if you're coming with the dominant, either someone is going to submit, or they're going to go so far over the top that you're up here becomes the feminine energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's the weaker of
dominance.
the major.
Yes.
Right. So
Yes.
so you know.
Queens.
I'm glad that,
If you can, not saying that it's you, because I don't want to trigger you in this moment, because this is really serious and a teachable moment.
Okay.
For those very loquacious motor mouth women in the atmosphere of the world that do not know how to slow down, watch their tongue, and recognize how they are speaking to a king, what would your advice be to them in order for them to better themselves in the situation and know when the time is afforded to them to lead and know when to follow a king?
First of all, I would ask if that's what they want. Because if you don't want that, then ain't nothing happening.
Got you.
I'm tickled by that, because she's absolutely right. And then once you ask the question, is that what you want? The follow-up question for me is, do you know what it looks like?
Are you willing to do what it takes?
Yeah, you have to know what it looks like to then be able to answer, are you willing to do what it takes? You know what I'm saying? And so, baby, if you don't,
like,
if you don't know what it looks like, then
in a sense of them just, you talking too much. You know what I'm saying? Why do you feel like you get to say and tell me anything and everything underneath this world?
Yeah.
This roof, but I can't even align that energy and get you back on track.
Well, I think what Talia said is key in regards to one executing masculine energy and one executing feminine energy, respectively. If you are having a conversation or a man and woman's having a conversation and that man feels like he's actively not checking her, but she's checking him, then he's in the feminine energy at that point. And I say that respectfully, but it's just a fact, because like sis pointed out, those two energies are always in play, and there's gonna always, it just depends on who's housing it at the moment. I think what's important to because you're wanting to know, like, what you do with that. How does that woman get herself? I really think that it's not her. I think it's the man.
Well,
in this way, I'm not saying it's not totally her,
right?
But in regards to the man, because we're saying, why is it that black women can check the man but he can't check her? I think that it's just not, they're not doing it.
Well, I think that there's there's not an understanding of how to do it, right?
Yeah.
And especially if you are a man who came up in a woman-dominated household.
Yep.
Like if you were a child raised by a dominant or domineering mother, then your default state is to go passive when a woman goes aggressive.
Yes.
You know, like that's your default because that's how you survived. And so I think that one, again, you asked for my recommendation to the women. First, I would ask, is that what you want?
Yeah.
Because a lot of women might not want that.
I'm just trying to help them not get hit. Not from me, but you know.
Okay, hold on. First,
it goes there.
Is that what you want? Secondly, if the answer is yes, but you don't know what it looks like and you haven't found it around you, what I would say, what I have done is I would say, whatever your split second instinct reaction is to do the opposite of that. So and try it just to see where, you know, I'm not saying
it balances out.
I'm not saying it's going to be perfect every single time, but I'm saying in order to learn how to balance within those interactions, you got to do stuff you ain't never done before.
So do the opposite of what that first reaction is. So when he say, hey, I need you to just have a seat and be quiet. If you want to flash on him real fast, try just sitting down and being quiet and see what happens.
Yeah.
Just try it.
Worst case scenario, you can stand your ass right back up.
Right after. And I mean, and some, in most cases, that's where you get hit. You know, you just.
I'm
not saying for me.
But okay, so if you are that woman in that situation, first of all,
because that's seen as defiance against.
But here's
the check.
So yeah. But if we're talking in the spirit of something healthy happening, then she's not going to get hit when she stands
up. Not at all.
Even if we're not, we're talking about extremes right now.
Yeah,
like that would be an extreme.
That's an extreme.
Why is this extreme so common? Women are getting beat every day
because of what she said.
What I'm saying. And so what I will say to that is this. Again, we're talking about energy and the balance of masculine and feminine energy. And energy, like a magnet, it's always going to attract its opposite, right? It's going to find that balance some kind of way. So if you come already with some dysfunctional, disoriented, unnatural energy to your state of being, the person that you're going to attract also moves in dysfunctional, disoriented, unnatural energy to their state of being. And so it's going to create the environment for those types of relationships to manifest. But once you begin to operate healthily and functionally, those things become incompatible.
I ain't never heard that movie enough.
No.
So yes or no answers, and then we'll dig into it in the next segment.
Okay.
Do you feel like you could tell a man anything you want to?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Do you feel like you could tell a man anything? Do you feel like a man could tell you anything he wants to? I like that you're thinking about this.
I do.
Tell me anything.
I do think he could tell me anything that he wanted to. I don't know. Can't say that it will get him the response that he wants. But I think a man is safe enough to be able to express whatever he has to say with me. So I'll say yes.
You are my soul sister. Because I was sitting here and I had to say it again, and I'm like, and my initial response, my initial words was, I would hope that he does and that he would want to tell me.
But see, within that
so
space,
yes.
within that space, y'all both quickly said no. Y'all can't tell us whatever you want to.
Yes.
And then took some time to think about saying if we could tell y'all what we want to.
Yeah, we're gonna tell you why when we come back.
Yeah, and I would love to know why, because when a man get to telling y'all what he want to, y'all firing off the cylinders because maybe it wasn't received right or it wasn't given in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just trying to figure out the balance and where it makes sense at.
Well, you also have to bear in mind that you're talking to two exceptional women.
Yeah. Most certainly.
And the exception does not make the rule.
Yeah, not at all.
So for us, that's our answer. That may be a different answer for somebody.
Because I know it's a lot of them answers out there that wasn't the same as y'all's. It was the same. It was probably reversed. Like, you think you could tell a man anything? Hell yeah, I can. You think a man can say, hell no, he can't. So that's just what we're trying to offset and balance.
Yeah.
So
let's get into it.
It's all about teaching and learning. It's the Patio PolitiCz. We got I'm gonna have to get that up out my brain, get it up out my head. We ain't paying no bills, we collecting money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
ching,
saying?
ching goes the money tree.
The bills paying
Every
for
time a
themselves.
cheap money come to me.
Yeah,
It all flows in so abundantly.
It's too
To
much
the
green
top
around
left,
here
right,
for it
and
to not
abundant.
flow.
Hey.
Yeah. It's
All
the
right.
Patio PolitiCz. We're gonna be right back at you.
A culmination of powerful properties that create balance and produce good energy. Cultivating a culture of mindfulness is a daily battle. We target your inner me. Physiological effects, change you can truly feel. Aesthetically pleasing on the surface, but handmade to help you heal.
They shooting.
Yeah, I'm shooting.
You are now rocking with the Patio PolitiCz.
I hear everything. I hear everything.
That was a cold fact.
See?
It
See?
just came out.
See?
That's
But yet
because he been
you
thinking,
don't think.
That's because he been thinking that he could check me all episode.
But yet
you know
you
what
don't
I'm saying?
think that you can't tell
and
me
you're
anything.
hurting me when you check me. You're hurting me, and it's making me feel like I need to defend myself
What'd
by
I
way
say?
of shooting
What'd I
back
say?
at you.
That's
why.
If
That's
it's
a-
hurting you,
that's
that's
a
a you
word.
problem. That's a you problem.
It's
your
not a me
feelings,
problem. It's
your
something that you're
emotions.
doing to me.
Why are you
by the
giving
way
me
that
the power?
you're talking to
Why
me.
are you giving me the power?
I'm not giving you the power. We are in an energetic exchange.
Listen here.
And you are ciphering my energy right
The
now.
only thing you missing right now is some bum gum in that mouth to chew along with the way that you're giving me this energy. Look at the way you side eye and turn your lip up and shit. Calm down, woman. I love you. I love
You don't love me because you over here trying to me.
I'm just trying to order your energy in the right
And that's the problem, that you think that you have any kind of anything.
I don't, which is why I said I'm trying. If I knew that I did,
think you
I
shouldn't
said I'm
be
about
trying.
to.
Because who you think you ain't my daddy.
Listen.
You ain't my daddy.
Listen.
That's the one.
Somebody
And
got to
that's
submit.
somebody got to.
You hear her?
And here's the
Somebody
thing.
need to submit.
Here's the thing.
so you need to relax.
Here's the thing. I ain't looking to be your daddy. You got one of those.
I'm glad that you know that.
I'm looking to be your equal, and right now you should be looking to be my equal too, which means giving me the energy that I'm giving you.
I disagree with that.
Oh, speak on it.
Oh, she came back to the side.
Temporarily.
I don't think that men and women are equals.
Okay.
Ashe.
Okay. I feel that.
Message.
What I was saying.
I believe in equity,
For clarification, yes.
but
yes,
I don't
yes.
believe in equality.
Balance is the equalness that I was speaking about.
Yeah, but that's
Okay.
not equal. Balance is not equal.
Balance is not equal. Thank you for
intrigued.
saying that.
I'm
When
intrigued.
you put something on a scale,
Okay.
You
Okay.
don't put the
By a
same amount.
smidge, yeah.
it
No,
even
not
if you tried to put the same thing on both sides, something's still going to be a little off. So there's always going to be one that's moving up, the one that's heavier and one that's lighter. It's never going to be completely balanced. And in the idea of energy and in flow, in order for it to be like that, it would have to stop moving.
Right. We
Yeah,
always
yeah,
think balance
yeah,
is like
yeah.
this.
Yes.
But balance is actually like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
what-
yin yang.
Right.
It's,
It's
back
a
and forth.
moving.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not that I get to do everything that you get to do, and you don't get to do everything
Exactly.
that I get to do.
Exactly. Yes.
And
yes,
that's
yes.
how we find balance.
Yes. Okay. So within that, I asked a simple question. Y'all gave a simple answer. We're gonna dig into it just a little bit more. Why do you feel like that you cannot tell a man anything that you want to, but it's often done?
I want to see what her answer is and see if we have the
How
same
about you go
answer.
first?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
I
you-
can do that.
Yeah.
Well, my answer.
That's your answer?
Come on.
Okay. The reason I said that is because, just like sis said, balance looks like this, right? So that means that in that balance and on both sides of that, there are certain things that are the same that work and certain things that don't. It's different. And so my reason for saying that is because, personally speaking, respectfully, I think that men are not naturally built with the bandwidth that we have. And so I have to watch what I say to him. In my personal opinion, this is just me, a little bit more than what I feel like he would have to watch and saying to me, because I want him to know that I'm a safe space and I'm here. But I know that if I tell him, remember the other episode that we did, I was saying like, okay, it just jumped on my head. We'll come back to that. It did. It just, in remembering that in that exchange, oh, that's what it was. You were saying like, you're giving me all this and I can hold it, I can house it, you know, and on top of mine. And I was like, nah, I want y'all to like start letting that go, you know, so you're not holding that. I feel like women have more bandwidth to hold some of those things. I can say something to you that will trigger you, and you will apply it across the board. Yeah. Forever and ever, oh man, like the crying thing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never crying in front of another ever in my life. Yeah. You know, so I'm not going to say certain things to you because you don't have the bandwidth for that. And that's just respectfully speaking in terms of the energy versus on the other end of it. For me, it's like, no, I want you to be able to say what the things that you need to say, because for me, that's how I'm helping you and helping us to keep the balance. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm aware, go ahead and just pour it. It's good.
And I would say that women speak with their words and men speak with their actions.
Yeah. Say that.
The power of a woman is in her words, one of the powers.
Yes.
And the power of a man is in what he can do.
Yes.
So
it's production.
I have to be careful what I say to you, because that's where my power is. And you have to be careful what you do to me, because that's where your power is. And that's the balance. We're both being careful, but we got to be careful about different things.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So why do y'all feel like a man can say whatever he wants to you, but in most cases, we are often not awarded that opportunity to do so, and there's always pushback when we do?
I think because things are out of balance. I think women approach, the way that women embody masculine energy is not the exact same way that a man embodies masculine energy. A woman operating in that space, it may express as her talking to you really reckless. Yeah. And as a man, if a man were to talk to you that way, it would be a fight. Yeah, definitely. Because it's in your actions, how you respond to that type of energy. But because you are ill-equipped to meet her on the playing field that she's using to exercise that energy, it feels like I'm winning and I'm dominating. And because I can hurt you with what I say, I can be the aggressor and be more dominant on this playing field, then I'm going to exercise that until you take it to the other playing field. And then all of a sudden, that's not fair.
Which is the hit and the swing.
Which is the hit and the swing.
Coming from who?
Or even
a man.
Coming from a man. If I use my weapons against you,
which is my words,
to the point that you use your weapons against me,
which is these hands.
Are you not asking for these hands with the words?
It was not.
I'm asking for total domination because you don't got the words to take me down.
Yeah, and so what she's pointing out is the idea that we both have a power, you know, and being mindful of that is what keeps the balance in these spaces. So the answer to the topic question is, why does a black woman feel like she can check a black man, but a black man can't check a black woman? We have to look at that from a different angle, from a different perspective. And what it is She's simply utilizing, and this is no excuse, ladies, for y'all to just be reckless with your mouth and stuff and not be able to take criticism and things that'll help you develop yourself. But she is utilizing what she has naturally in the war. Now,
It shouldn't be a war.
it shouldn't be a war.
But
Nonetheless, that's the tool that she would use in war. One of them.
I think,
And I am treading really lightly when I say this, but I still want to be fair and say it, that a man, because some of y'all want to check y'all women, and some of y'all have women that, y'all be checking each other. It's just what y'all do, whatever. Okay, cool. The way that you would be able to meet or match the check is by what you do. You ain't got to argue with her. What else could you do? That's a do.
Ooh.
Walk the fuck away.
Easily.
That is I don't think you understand how powerful of a check that is.
Yeah.
Because the absence of a man in a woman's life says way more than a man that's willing to put his hands on you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like and there's nothing that will make a woman more self-reflective
Than
a man that left.
walking away.
Than you walking away
Listen.
while she running her mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's nothing, or not even say nothing more powerful, but equally on the other side, because I was taught this, ladies, when your man know that he done did something that's weird, and instead of you going off on him, you don't say nothing. You don't answer the phone calls. You see him, you don't say nothing to him. Don't that rub him way worse than anything else? It's because that is the tool that you have.
Right. Silence is powerful.
Your silence is powerful, just like she's saying that your presence is powerful. You know what I'm saying, black man? But as a woman, your silence is powerful, and it's because of what you innately were created in. You got that mouthpiece. That's why they say, like, to a man, like, don't argue with no woman. You ain't gonna never win.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna never win. But you woman, don't try to box no man, because you ain't gonna win.
In my opinion, I feel like that unless it is in a physical form of being seen, or it is an amount of sum of money, the word check is very toxic and triggering because of what society has turned it into. Because if you drop that word check and keep that same phrase of words and you add a word, I don't know, say accountability or accountable in its place.
I feel like accountability is triggering to a lot of people.
Now it is.
Now it is, because it's being used in maybe the wrong way.
I don't think it's the word.
It's not used in the
It's
wrong
not-
way. It's
so-
what
so it's
that
not-
word is.
So it's really
it's
the action
commanding.
behind it, because those things can be done in a very peaceful, respectful manner and it be adhered to.
I don't think it's the word.
Not
I've
that
definitely had a man tell me, I've got to check you on that, and I've been like, okay,
What's up?
right? It's not necessarily
The presentation was definitely different.
Yeah, it was not an aggressive check. It was an engaged communication, but it wasn't aggressive. I think one thing that I think we need to understand as women is that communication is one of our strengths. Like Shanga said, like the ability to hold that, to hear a lot of words, to be able to hold that and think of other words and blah, 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 all of that. Like, that's us. Y'all need simple, very clear, straight to the point. That's why we can't give you so much. But also, I think we really need to understand and appreciate the words that men do give to us. Because again, you all operate from action. So the fact that you took the time to distill your thoughts into words to give to us is very important. Because usually, most of the time, a man doesn't just do something crazy. He's going to tell you. Whether or not you listen or whether or not you think that those words were meaningful is up to you. But usually he will tell you something.
Hold on now.
And
keep talking out the side of your mouth.
right. Like, well, hold on now. Like, and whether you receive that is really goes back to the
That's
balance.
the warning.
Well, it goes back to the balance of the masculine and feminine energy. Even if communication is my power, if I can't receive communication, nonverbal, verbal, subtle, all of those things that we're in tune with and can pick up on, if I'm constantly just putting it out, you need to know, oh, this, that, all of those things, but I'm not receiving, then
the balance
is way off.
Yeah.
Way off.
Yeah. I believe response is the key. In a sense, it's because it's going to be delivered in a lot of different ways, especially if the person delivering it is not in tune with their emotions when they're delivering it. So if your response is better than the way that it's given, it could change the atmosphere of the check-in.
That's very true. That is very true. Your reaction is very critical.
Y'all know I'll be saving it when I need it.
Message.
And I think, again, that goes back to what I was first saying about operating within relationship, within your feminine energy as counterpart to a masculine energy. Because you may not say things the way, you may not even use the right word. You may mispronounce the word.
Yeah.
But me being present to receive it and saying, okay, this is what he means, rather than being, what do you mean this? Instead of,
you don't even know how to say the word right.
You don't even know how to talk. Yeah. Did you go to school, speak English, motherfucker? Like all of that. Like,
and you didn't stepped outside of what you think you could tell a man.
But now I'm, well, not just that, but I'm deflecting from the situation.
That's it.
So I don't have to take responsibility or be accountable for the thing that you're actually trying to tell me.
That's it.
Now, if I can make it about how you said it to me, if I can make it about, well, this wasn't, if I can make it about anything else, that means that what you said was wrong. And I'm justified in doing or continuing to do the thing that you were trying to say.
Which is why I brought in the word accountability.
I think it doesn't matter what the word is. If I'm willing to receive,
right.
I'm willing to receive.
Period.
And if I'm not, then I'm not. And that is what it is.
So I could like bring you some flowers, right? Glass of champagne. You know what I'm saying? Glass, whatever it is that interests you.
I want the flowers.
You know what I'm saying?
You can have the champagne.
You know, whatever makes you feel good on the inside, and I deliver it to you, and then I say, yo, check this out. This kitchen need to be clean in 30 minutes. My dinner need to be prepared. I'm about to go take a shower. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna rock your world. Get to it. What you doing?
I'm gonna clean that kitchen.
Ooh. You always got to go against the damn grain. It's the Patio PolitiCz. We got one last break to take. I'm going to work on checking one of these women in between breaks and see if we can come to a resolution in this last segment. But yeah. Stay tuned. It's the Patio PolitiCz.
I'm going to clean that.
You are now rocking with the Patio PolitiCz.
Oh, man.
I rocked all day. Yeah. Can you ring a bell too, please?
Ring the
See. There's a soft check. There's a hard check. There's a medium check. You know, it's the action of the check is what gets the respect of the action of the request in the check.
So
Message.
So what I was saying before the break, or after the break, in between the break,
on the break.
I was saying is that oftentimes within one person, you have actually two people. You have the good version of you that does all the amazing things. That's how you show up in the world, how you want people to view you, what you want to be seen as. And then you've got the bad version of you, the one that does those things that you know you shouldn't do, or who does things that you don't want people to see, or feels a certain way, or all of these things that you really try to hide. And if you go out in the world with that dichotomy still inside of you, with those two people inside of you, you meet someone else, and now they've got the good version of them, they've got the bad version of them, and y'all try to get together. That's 4 people in a relationship. That's a lot going on, because probably when you get together, it's the good you and the good them, and y'all is good. But then one day something happens, and it's the good you and it's the bad them, and things are weird.
And your bad you don't want nobody to don't want nobody to check you.
And the bad you meets with the good them, and all of that's weird too. And then the bad you and the bad them get together, and
Even
y'all just
worse.
fuck shit up, and it's just it's fireworks.
It's fireworks.
It's crazy. So you have to be doing the internal work to bring those two parts of you together, so that not that you just stop doing everything bad and you only do everything good, but you just accept that that's all a part of who you are, and don't try to manipulate or hide that situation. But even once you do that, which is rare that people do, once you go through the process of doing that and you go out in the world, you still got to deal with somebody that got 2 people inside of them.
Because not everybody's doing that work.
Not everybody's doing the work, and that's still 3 people in a relationship, and that don't work because when you are in a relationship of imbalance of maturity, the most mature person takes responsibility every time. If I'm walking down the street and here comes a child, it might not be my child, but in that situation, I'm the responsible adult. Right? Whether the child is trying to run out in the street or set something on fire or do something crazy, I'm a responsible adult. So if you get into a relationship like that, where you're the most emotionally mature person in the relationship, and the other person has this duality that either they're not trying to address or they're constantly at battle with, then that makes you the emotionally responsible person. You have to be the one that is always understanding, oh, well, they just going through some things. You have to be the one who's always like, okay, you did some really hurtful things. Let's stop, take a breath, back up, figure this out. You have to be the one that they fight against, that they go through all of these things with. And for some people, you know, they're willing to engage with that. But for most of us, if that ain't your kid, you don't got time for it. So that's how not every single person out here is single because they have these issues. Sometimes people are single because they don't have all of the issues that gel with other people's issues.
You know, I wanted to say too, it came to my mind when you were just speaking. The other thing that I think is important to point out here is how well you have your own boundaries, and how well you have outlined what your self-respect is, and then how you want other people to respect you. Because if you are in a situation and you have a partner that you feel like you cannot redirect, why stay? You understand what I'm saying? So while we're continuing to talk about all these relational issues and what do we do to solve it and all of that, for me, a lot of the stuff is very simple. It's not meshing. It's not working. So if you don't want that type of relationship, leave the relationship. And I say that respectfully, because some people have children together, you know, they want a home with 2 parents in it and all of those stuff. You know, the decisions have already been made, you know, bed is already here, we lying in it, whatever. But the reality is you have to start choosing you. You have to do that. You have to do that from a very healthy place. And so if I've identified for myself that what's important for me with a partner is for them to be able to redirect me, but for me to also be able to experience redirection from them, because it's only supposed to be helping me to be better and be greater as an individual, as a partner, and then in the community. So if that's not happening in this person that I'm choosing to engage with, then we are not aligned.
I will say, I don't fully agree. I'm never going to tell you to leave someone because I'm not going to get in the bed with you. What I will say,
you don't want them single in the street.
I'm not. I mean, it's because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to deal with those those decisions and those responsibilities. And like you said, some people are married. Some people do have kids. Some people enter the relationships that they did for the reasons that they do. I'm not going to tell you to leave. What I will say is that it is very important that you understand what your needs are and you have those needs met. And I am a person who is of the belief that my partner does not need to be the person that fulfills all of my needs.
So what you're saying is niggas can go out here and cheat?
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm
not getting my need fulfilled. She ain't letting me.
Why does a need always have to be sexual?
Why does it have to be sex?
Oh, I'm not. Listen, cheating looks like a lot of things to a lot of people.
It depends on
the person.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm speaking for the people. So what you telling me is I have the right to go out and cheat on my woman, whatever that looks like. If she feel like she can check me, but I can't check her, that is not fulfilling my need. She's not fulfilling my need like that.
I think again, it depends on how you define cheating.
Yes.
But if you are in a relationship where you feel that this person is constantly disrespectful towards you,
yes,
and attempts to check you in a way that you feel is not reciprocal,
yes,
then you need to find balance. You may need to, and it might be therapy. You might need to go to your therapist.
I have to go to therapy.
I'm saying
when I have a person that's not willing to let me check them, I gotta go to therapy.
Yes.
Why they ain't gotta go?
Because
why aren't you willing?
Well, not just wait.
Because I'm not. Yeah.
Because you're the mature person in the situation, so you're responsible.
I have to go and figure out with my therapist how to deal with their dysfunction instead of them figuring how to deal with their dysfunction.
How to deal with you?
How
I'm dealing with me because I'm not being dysfunctional like them.
Clearly not.
Yeah, so why I gotta go to therapy?
I'm saying that if you're a need, right, to be able to say what needs to be said and not be combated on it is not being met. You might need to go to a therapist.
Somebody that's gonna listen.
That you can say what needs to be said to, and they're not going to fight you on it. And they might give you tools. They might give you different perspective. They might give you other things. But at the very least, you don't feel like you're crazy. You don't feel stuck. You don't feel unheard or unseen.
But when I go home after I'm done with the therapist and I'm getting verbally assaulted because she's checking me.
So that again comes
probably
back
because you left without making sure that food was prepared.
Well, also it comes back to expectations. Why am I expecting this person to perform outside of their scope of capability?
Yeah, so why stay?
Man,
but I just said because you may have other
Oh, you're speaking for the people who are already in these situations and they have deeper commitments,
right,
in the space.
Right.
Okay, so if you're giving them I got it.
Right. Like you need to make sure that your needs are met. And so maybe it's that I understand that that when she feels like she's checking me, really it's because she's feeling this way or she doesn't like that. It's not. And
I'm gonna learn that if I go to therapy.
And I'll learn that when I go to therapy. And maybe I need to be less emotionally invested here.
Yeah.
That might be the case.
That's gonna make me cheat.
Fellas.
It depends on what your definition of cheating is.
All of it. That's cool. I'm learning how to navigate what she got going on. It don't make me feel good, but I'm learning how to navigate it. And then when I run into shorty,
fellas,
and it's feeling a little bit better than shit. We doing late night phone conversations via text. We going out to dinner.
For you kings, for you princes, for you street kings, you street princes.
For the young ones on their way up.
Yeah. There is a way to get your way. You just got to know your person that you're dealing with. I'm not going to say what I always say because you said it a little bit earlier. You know, sometimes it takes for it to hear from somebody else for it to register, you know. But putting your foot down doesn't always have to look like you are the king of the castle. Because you will always be the king of the castle. Hold yourself to the degree of a king, and that queen will respect and agree in verbiage to your action.
And if she doesn't,
that's not your queen.
She gonna get the hell on.
Yeah, or you gonna get the hell on. I hope
somebody gonna get the hell on, or it's gonna get together.
I'm unsure, but it is okay, fellas, for you to leave a woman. It is okay. It's not. It doesn't have to be the woman leaving. It doesn't have to be the woman leaving the situation all the time. It is okay to recognize that this is not a situation that you are comfortable in and that you feel all the love in that you need and you looking for. It's okay to walk away. You ain't got to sit there and take that, bruh. Because a lot of times they sitting there and taking that, and that's where the action of the checking comes into play. And it's just like, I am tired of your shit. You're about to start listening to me. You're about to start obeying
me today.
You gonna be obedient. You gonna fall in line and you gonna do what I'm telling you to do, because I've had enough of your shit and I don't know any other way to get that point across to you.
And that woman might be your mother.
Oh shit. And that man might be your daddy. You ain't gonna keep doing it.
Boy, we got a little bit of time to
just
hit on that. She said it might be your mama.
Yeah. Speak to the fellas real quick on how it is, from your perspective, that they need to address you in order to keep order within the castle.
Me personally?
I mean,
just give them
from a
some
personal
tools.
Perspective, you know.
Give them some tools to exercise with their ladies.
Be clear and concise with your words and definitive with your actions. And you will see that a woman will fall in line or fall out of line and get the hell on.
Well, my sis just made it short and sweet.
Remember, it's for the fellas. Gotta keep
there
it
it is.
Sweet.
You know, what she said is it. That's it. And remember, in your action, that could look like a lot of things. For example, she's talking, I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah. Ladies.
You know, you can set it out to her. Listen, I asked you to do these things and they are not done. So because they're not done, this is not gonna happen. I'm not gonna do this. And that's not a tit for tat, but that's just another way of shaping and molding what's happening here. And if she's solid enough in what it is that she wants with you, then she gonna fall in line or not.
I would say, don't even say the because. Just say, I asked you to do these things and they're not done. And whatever she's gonna say after that, you show it with your actions.
Show it with your actions.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah. Wow. Ladies, from a man's perspective, not speaking to you two ladies in general, but just every lady in general, slow down. Slow down.
I just want to get to know you.
But don't turn around. No, I want you to turn around because I want to see it in my face. You know what I'm saying? But slow down. Not everything has to be a conflict. Not everything is coming from.
Everything doesn't have to be a battle.
Not everything is coming from that strong of a place when it comes from a man. Sometimes a man does not know how to communicate, which they touched on. Some men do know how to communicate, but some women don't know how to be receptive, which I touched on. Some women do know how to be receptive. But if you slow down when you are receiving what it is that you need to receive, we could avoid a whole lot of problems and understand each other a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? Just process slower.
And if I could add, understand that in a relationship, in a balanced relationship, and in relationships in general, you are going to be coaching each other. You are going to have to learn together and grow together, because you don't come to the relationship already fully made. And your partner don't come to the relationship already fully made. So be prepared and understand that growth will need to happen on both sides. And hold that as you move through the different seasons together.
Yeah, Ashe, right? Ashe. I'm getting it. But you know, ladies and fellas, if there are things that are being done and things that are being said and you don't resonate well in your spirit and it's not operating how I need to be operating, just
get out your feelings. You mad? Get out your feelings.
And just do what the hell that person told you to do.
It's the Patio PolitiCz, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us today. Shout out to our sponsors. Remember that we drop the episodes every Tuesday, so come back next Tuesday.
Indeed.
Check us out. We got in the back
Hey, I'm the pineapple man. Pineapple. King Mac Millie, you know what I'm saying? Split it open and enjoy the insides.
Oh my goodness. We got over here. I can't believe he just said that.
He did.
It's a pineapple.
Yeah.
You don't eat
Empress Talia.
Yeah. My pineapples is cool. They wearing shades.
And it's your one and only Shanga, the medicine woman, y'all.
I gotta be
Remember
reckless.
to like,
Gotta be rowdy.
subscribe,
Gotta be
comment. Okay, engage with us on this topic. Let's talk about it. Let's
Always
get in
gonna be
these
a ride.
comments, okay, y'all?
Yeah, we appreciate
Remember,
y'all for listening.
Across all platforms, the Patio PolitiCz.
Comment. Join the discussion.
That's it.
Discussion. Don't be triggered. Just be healed. Come to this space and be healed.
Yeah,
Grow with
yeah.
us. Roll with us.
That's it.
Ride with us. We out.
We out of here, y'all.